Here we go. All right, y'all. What up? What up? What up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Artists You Should Know here on Total Entertainment Radio. It's your girl, Miss Kayla. As always, y'all know what my job is here today. I am here to put y'all hip to artists that you need to tap into. There are so many talented artists out here, y'all. And our job is to make sure that you know who they are. So I have the pleasure speaking with the multi-talented Fat Saucy today, y'all. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. How are you?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
No problem. So now, before we get into you, the artist, the creative, right? Let everybody know just a little bit about yourself. Like, who are you?
Fat Saucy. I'm one of a kind. There's no other I can compare myself to. From the genre to just me being me, from the energy that I carry, from the person I am on side of the camera and off side the camera, it's a different experience all around the board.
Okay. So where you from?
I'm from Berkeley, California, South Berkeley to be exact. That's on the other side of the coast. I know we're here in Detroit. It's just miles and miles away from here where it's a nice breeze, but it's a beautiful place.
Yeah. So how do we go from Cali to Atlanta?
Chasing my dream, following my intuition, walking on faith and not by sight, just being prayed up and being directed to go.
You got to. So how did you find your inspiration for music?
I've always loved music since a kid. It's been my passion. My first love was to be writing. I love to write, to write stories, fiction, nonfiction, and then it went from that to poetry, and then it went from poetry to rap. And so over time, it just the love for music just became stronger and stronger.
Okay. So who or where would you say you draw your inspiration, music wise?
I wouldn't say my inspiration. I just like how certain few cats do what they do. You know what I mean? When I was young, I was big in the 50 Cent G Unit era. I'm a 90s baby, so I was into that era. I was into the R&B era. You know what I mean? The Usher and the Sammys and all the different stuff. The good music. So. Yeah. I just like music and I like melodies. I like how the music is influential and it tells a story.
It does. Okay, now I know you like all genres, right? So I like to ask every artist that come on here, they gotta give me, and it's hard and they be mad at me, but we gotta do it.
Yeah.
Just three, your top favorite artists.
My top favorite artist, I don't want to be too cocky, but me. Secondly, it's a dope female artist out there, and I feel like she's unmatched. Her name is Majesty P. She got that she got that heat rock. And somebody that you guys might know. I fuck with Lucci, YFN Lucci. He's raw. It's you can feel like it's genuine. You know what I mean? From when he first came out to now, you can't really tell like the industry got their hands in his writing or in his music. It's just all coming from the heart.
So what is it about them that you think you kind of relate to, or you like? Okay, yeah, like.
I feel like all three of those artists are very much relatable to me, to what they talk about in their music, to their stories, to how they present themselves as an artist. Just watching the interviews on them three and just seeing how they carry themselves, I feel like we have a lot of things in common.
I love that. All right, so now we got to get to you, the artist, right? Yes. What sets you apart from everyone else?
What I do is it's like having cake with no milk. It's having Kool-Aid with no sugar. Is different, It's effortless. I can close my eyes and make a hit record. I could do it in my sleep. I don't have to think too much about it. It's a gift. It's a God-sent gift. Actually, it's not a real talent. It's something I was blessed with. Not many people could say that or do that.
That's true, and everybody aren't blessed with that gift.
Right.
Like me, myself, As much as I love music, I could carry a tune, right? I
Right,
wouldn't call
right,
myself like front light, spotlight singer. But if you
right.
need no background, I got you. I got you. That's what I'm saying. I love, like you said, you love to hear melodies come together. I
Yeah,
love when you break out that 3-part harmony. Like I love just hearing shit like stuff like that. I'm sorry, cause I'm my own show. Um. Okay. Okay. So you sent me something called Greedy.
yes.
You sent me something called Greedy. Tell us the inspiration behind Greedy.
Greedy is one of my new singles. It's just giving some enlightenment on like how things could go left when you get greedy. When you want something so bad, you almost do anything to obtain it. And then,
Mhm.
when you're faced with that type of emotions, whether you're happy, mad, or sad, you can almost be blocked by the real thing that's in front of you because your blinders are on, right? So
Mhm.
you got to pay attention to the details. You got to take it slow. You got to listen to the wisdom, listen to the people that went through what you're trying to go through, and
Mhm.
take it all in. Because, like I say, when you want it so bad, you can get greedy, and once you become avaricious, it's ugly. You don't want to
Yeah,
be too hungry for something, and then you miss the small steps because it's the bread and it's the crumbs that make the bread. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you. Now, so have you? Would you say you've kind of have you experienced yourself personally of maybe finding yourself kind of being greedy?
Yeah, that's where the song and that's where my music stimulates from. Everything that I talk about is a either a past experience or something that I've gone through or I'm going through currently.
Okay.
I don't just fabricate my raps. There's no cap in my rap.
Hmm.
I did have a prior lifestyle that I used to live, not one to glorify, but it was one that I was very much so greedy. I
Yeah.
just felt like money was the root of all evil, and I needed it. I had to have it. I would do anything to go get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in doing that, I would like put my family on the back burner. I would burn a lot of bridges. I would like do
Yeah.
things that I regret doing once I stopped, living that lifestyle. So
Yeah.
I just want to be able to tell my story through music, and hopefully people can relate to it and still, see that they have room for change. There's always room for improvement and to be better.
I love that. It is always room. I mean, people can change. You always, and
Indeed.
while you still have breath in your body,
Right.
you have the ability to change. So I love that. I love that. Now, well, I got to mention here. So
Mhm.
you would say you are in a competition, America's
Yeah.
next top hit maker, right? You
Yes,
gotta let
ma'am.
us know about like what is that?
So it was brought to my attention, and I got put in this hat, and they picked my name, and they about to deem me America's next top hit maker. Currently I'm like third or fourth
Mm-hmm.
out of like 30 people that was in the competition. I made it to the top five. You know, they just highlighting all of my skills. I rap, I sing, I know how to mix and master. I
Mm-hmm.
write for the artist, and it's not the same song. Like if I write for Sexy Red, it's not gonna sound like Cardi B. It's gonna sound like Sexy Red, and Cardi B's gonna sound like Cardi B's. I know how to match the artistry. I'm very well versed in what I do. So this is like I feel like a highlight of my creativity and my
Mm-hmm.
talent, and so the winner is going to be able to broadcast their talent on a big, big stage in New York at Central Park, and it's called the Global Citizens Festival. And so at that festival, about maybe 10 to 15,000 in the crowd, and just a very huge event,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to give a little compensation out for the winner, which is deserved. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I don't do this for the money. I do this because it's what I love to do, and because it's what I love to do, I know the money gonna start chasing me real soon because it's what I love.
this is what you love to do, and so you're gonna do right by it because you
Exactly.
love it, and so
Exactly.
the money has to come. It has
Exactly.
to come. I love that. Now you said you also got some projects coming up in the summer.
I do. I have some projects coming up, a mixtape and an EP and an album. I didn't want to squeeze all that in there, but I've been working like relentlessly. I sleep probably 2, 3 hours a day, and
Oh
I'm just
no,
working hard. So
I get you.
I just got to make sure my skin is right for these camera shots, and then I'm good.
I feel you. I feel you. So what can we anticipate with what you got? What you plan on dropping?
I got a video that's about to drop in the next week or so, and
Mhm.
then after the end of the summer, I'm gonna drop that album. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna throw this mixtape out there. It's ready to go. It's just all a matter of me just releasing it out there or talking to my team, getting out now later entertainment and making sure everybody's on the same page to drop the music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what are you about? So what are you hoping once it's dropped, once it's out there? Like, what
Mhm.
are you hoping the vibes be like? What are you hoping people get from it?
I want the same type of reaction that we were getting when Rod Wave first came out. It was so different. People weren't used to hearing that type of music, or
Yeah.
even when Mo 3 came out, it was like a refreshing sound to the ear. You know what I mean? This music that I make, it's very different. It's
Mm-hmm.
not shoot 'em up, slap your mama, fuck that bitch, fuck that nigga, we gang banging. Excuse my cousin, I'm sorry.
Right. I got
But
you.
it's more so in the lines of you could do it. Keep your head up, keep striving
Yeah.
for greatness. I did it, you could do it too. Let me tell you what happens when you go left. You'll get greedy and things that go left, or just things in the lines of that.
Love that. We need. Oh my gosh. I'm like everybody just so angry. Like. Can we spread some joy, please? I want to hear something
Right,
and feel good. I don't want to hear something and get mad. Like
right,
a lot of people go to music for a release, right? For that therapy, because music is very therapeutic, I believe. And it's
for
important
sure.
what you feed your soul.
Facts.
It is important. So when you have someone that's speaking, basically what I'm getting from you is you speak life
That's exactly
into
what it is. I vibrate on a different frequency.
yeah.
Everything is just a higher frequency. Even if I may be things not may might not be aligning how I want them to that day, right?
Yeah.
I still don't let that affect me. I don't even give it too much thought or attention, and I still vibrate on a higher frequency. That way, I keep my energy, my aura where it's supposed to be.
I love that. I love it. Now for your competition, I want to backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
Um, are people able to like vote for you? How does that go?
Yeah, so there's a link that I've been posting on my social medias. It's www.tophitmaker.com/Fat Saucy. And then they can vote for me. There's a section for free votes. There's a section to donate because every nonprofit, they'll love a donation. So there's a section for you to give a little donation. And however much you donate turns into votes for Fat Saucy. So if you donate $10, that's 10 votes for Fat Saucy. You know what I mean? So go ahead and make that
Oh,
vote,
got
lock
you.
in, and see your favorite rapper on the biggest stage this summer.
Vote. I'm gonna try to put that in our comments. So make sure y'all go out there and y'all vote for Fat Saucy. All right, I gotta ask you. I have to
Yeah.
ask. How did you get your name?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So my name, it came from just a lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm into like looking good, feeling good. I like what I
Yeah.
like. If I see it, I want it, I buy it. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
have a bust down watch on right now. I have jewels on my necklace. My big carrots in my ear, right? So if I see something I like it, I feel like I'm just saucy. I can't compare myself to anyone. There's a lot of big people or heavy set people in the world, right?
Yeah.
But for me to be one, I feel like I'm the fattest, sauciest they done ever seen. You know what I
I
mean?
love it.
And I also just lost 100 pounds. I was 100 pounds heavier, and so
Yeah.
me 100 pounds heavier, still having the drip, still having all the good looks and all that different stuff. I just went, man, I'm fat saucy. And it just
Yeah.
it rolled off the tongue and it stuck. And I started telling it to people, and they was like, hey, I like that. And it's like, who's fat saucy? And then the music just matches it, so everything is fat saucy.
Yeah, because when you hear Fat Sauce, you're like, okay, I gotta know what this is. I gotta know who this is because that name itself is gonna catch you. So I
Right.
like that. I love that. Let everybody know how they can follow you, how they can stream your music, and how they can just stay tapped in with you.
So I'm on all platforms. My website is www.fatsaucy.com. You can find me on Instagram, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Facebook. If there's a social site, you can type me in and I guarantee you I'll pop up. You pop me up on Google, on YouTube, every different site you can type in Fat Saucy and I'm gonna pop up. I'm there. I'm everywhere like the air.
I love it. Well, y'all heard it here first on Total Entertainment Radio. We thank you for chilling with us and rocking with us today, Fat Saucy.
Thank you for having me. It's a
Pleasure
pleasure.
speaking with you. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Y'all follow him on all social media platforms. Check out Greedy. It's gonna air on the station, so y'all better stay tuned in. I'll let y'all know when and where, so y'all can be on the lookout for that. Continue to rock with Total Entertainment. Y'all know we everywhere as well. Follow us, Total Entertainment Radio on Facebook, like the Instagram. Got to get that back up because you know haters be haters, and so we was hacked. So make sure y'all follow the Total ENT Experience on Instagram as well. Go to www.totalentradio.com, right? And hit that TER radio button to listen to the station, listen to the music, listen to the shows. Let us know what you think. We always love good feedback. Until next time, everybody, it's your girl, Miss Kayla, and we signing out for the day.
Yes,
Peace.
yes. Love y'all. Peace.